plenty of large businesses lose money, or plenty of large businesses barely make a profit, and plenty of large businesses got smoked during this virus situation. Okay, so number one in terms of the money math is how much am I going to take home every year? That's all that matters, is how much you're able to draw out of the business. And then it's up to you whether you want to reinvest. If it's a high margin business and you built a flywheel that's compounding interest, like Facebook ads, for example, where you put in $1, you get at 3. That's a very smart thing to do with your money, especially when we're moving towards negative interest rates and, you know, uncertainty in currencies and commodity prices and all that stuff. So having a vehicle where you can dump that money back into is great, where the margins are high and your take home is high. Or you can pull that out into savings and protect that money. You know, ideally you invest back 30-40%, you pull another 30-40% out, and protect that money. You can see a bunch of my videos on wealth protection, also going to be available in the How to Play the Game of Life course, massive section on wealth. So, you know, that's ideally what you want, is to think like, well, how do I get to my income target in a business that I like without a tremendous amount of stress, and focus on that instead of the revenue target of like building an 8-figure business. Like, you might not want an 8-figure business, dude. I don't think most people understand the kind of stress level associated with that. Some guys are pure empire builders, all right? And they're aiming for that 100 mil. And I've got one client who's 24, and I think by the time he's my age, he's gonna get it. I think he's gonna get at least 30 mil, okay? Because he's doing drop shipping, and he's probably gonna do like 400 grand a month in revenue next month. He's been at it for 2 years, okay? But he's very exceptional and very driven, very action oriented, very high IQ, and he's still doing it on a skeleton staff of 5 people. It's still closer to a lifestyle business. Eventually he wants to move into a brand, which is an empire, but he's going to be able to do it with a couple mil in the bank that he saved from his lifestyle dropshipping business, his get rich business. Okay, that's a different story when you have a ton of knowledge and expertise and a lot of money in the bank, and you want to try your hand at that empire business that's already within your wheelhouse, right? You go from drop shipping to actually creating a brand. You know, a good example would be like Gymshark, right? Created a very successful brand and made the founder a billionaire in his 20s. But for a time he was I'm sure running that on a low margin, hiring people, dumping money, dealing with all that stress. So you really need to be a certain type of individual to build that empire. And most guys, well, first of all, most guys are not fit to own and run a business. I feel like it's 1%, and of that 1%, most are not fit to build an empire. Okay, like, you're fit to build an empire if, like, I can't talk you out of it. If you're like, nah, 100 mil's the target, don't care about anything else. Okay, fair enough. All right, and you actually, that's not just empty words. Okay, you actually execute on that. Different story. Okay, very different story. But for most guys, the lifestyle, service-based lifestyle business is the main fit. Maybe drop shipping, but again, got to be exceptional in the IQ department for that. It's not as easy as they make it sound on these bullshit courses that these digital nomad con men are selling to young impressionable men. It's not as easy. For most guys, it's that service business. So what I did with my client who was selling insurance, as I said, like, we got to fire 3 of those people. They're just, like 200 grand of that income that he was bringing in literally just went to staff just to break even. Like, it was a make work project. I said, we could fire 3 of those people and, let's get rid of these. He had 400 clients to make that 300 grand, and 80% of that 350 euro came from his top 50 clients. And I said, dude, we could, let's just fire the bottom 350 clients who are just all tiny bullshit money, and just keep, they're basically like creating problems for the staff to solve, and therefore creating jobs for the staff that are literally draining our revenue. And I was like, you could be taking home 220 grand today, just by getting rid of the staff. Maybe you keep one person on, and getting rid of those shit clients, or just giving them, not even firing them, just being like, okay, you either renew your premium and it's an easy conversation, or you don't. Just at a lower level of service, because hey, look, when someone's paying you $300 a year for insurance, you can't expect the level of, like, I feel like he was given a crazy amount of time and service to someone at those price points, and it's just not feasible to do. And we could have doubled, if not tripled, his take home just by doing that. And for my other client who built the delivery business, I said, like, one thing that we were able to do was eventually get it to where he was pretty much out of the business and it was automated. And he was doing maybe an hour a day just monitoring and managing people, and had his partner basically acting as a COO. And we were moving him more towards wholesaling the product that he was buying. And the wholesaling was way, way easier, because we found a way for him to get a list of what would have been his competitors. And he already had a decent list of suppliers, and buying in bulk and creating those deals, because he had the balls to do so, and he knew some guys who had some money. All of a sudden it was possible for him to make 10 grand a week, basically. I'd say 5 to 10 grand a week, basically just by himself, brokering deals, which is a much higher margin business and much less headaches. And it was a great use for the money that we were making, because he wasn't spending much money. He's 22 years old. He's not spending that 10 grand a month that he's making, and it's a great use to be able to put that money towards wholesale deals. And I guess it was closer to a lifestyle business. Now, that young man still wants to build an empire. It's just not in that vehicle that he's in now. He's probably going to sell that business. What he's going to do is he's going to stack up some more cash over the next 2 years to be able to fund an empire in, he actually wants to do QLA, the Dan Pena thing, the, buying up distressed service businesses and rolling them together. And he wants 100 mil, and that boy's going to get it, because he's that kind of a guy. So the target changes, right? But I feel like the pivot that we did was working quite well, and it's going to take him to that next level. So I guess what I want to express to you guys is just the importance of understanding that money math, because I didn't know that going into it. When I was like 20, I was like, I want a hedge fund, I want to do a crazy business, I want to build the next. I just had no idea about the metrics and about what that encompassed. For me, I'm definitely that lifestyle business guy. 7-figure lifestyle business, taking home, at least 70%, because with most of that spend going to ads, right? Not employees. That's the deal for me. I'm on that speedboats. I'm on that that type of a model 100%. Selling high ticket and just becoming more valuable over the next decade or so. I mean, I'm 38 now. I feel like I'm more valuable in business than ever, and that's only going to continue to increase. The transition for me is transitioning into coaching only entrepreneurs, guys who already have businesses, minimum 5 figures, but 6 figures, 7 figures. I've coached all the above. Coached guys with 8-figure net worth, and just continue to improve my skill set doing lifestyle design for you guys. Maybe hire a couple more people in the future, but I mean, I pretty much got the system down. Once that course comes out, it's going to be just bringing guys into that course, into that group, monitoring progress, and just leveling up as many entrepreneurs I can to be 1% across the board, like 1% mental health, 1% organization, 1% discipline, 1% physical fitness, 1% income, 1% net worth, 1% sexual market value, 1% relationships. And being able to, with all that, like translating down to being able to create a structure to where like you're living your ideal day as much as possible, you're as happy as possible, devoting all my energy to that, and scaling up through social media organically and on ads, and taking home the bulk of that profit with anywhere from 1 to maybe 4 employees over the next decade. I've got one guy working for me now. Maybe we bring on a couple more people, but it won't need that much because of the business structure that I designed, and also because of these other business systems that I work with. I do work with maybe 10 other different companies, stuff like SoundCloud, to handle the podcast and all that, which are very useful, and most of them don't cost much money at all. And I'm grateful for those businesses. You can actually automate a tremendous amount in your lifestyle business, and I can help you do that. I can also help you change courses or simplify within your current business